Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Sheldon, and this is another episode of Behind The Enthusiast. Today, I'm going to be talking about my flat track bike because this episode is all about how I became a flat track racer. So, let's get into it. So, first things first, guys, my Honda was not actually the bike that got me into racing. It was Falcon Racing Company's DTX 450 bike. Now, this is the bike that I actually learned how to flat track on through the Go Flat Track School hosted by Aaron Hesmer of Flat Track Canada. Now, as you can see, I did look like a natural on the bike. The bikes were really easy to ride. They were carbureted. I had all the gear on, which was mostly supplied by them already at the school, and there's the metal shoe as well. So I was having a blast, as you guys can see, all decked out, ready to go. This was, I believe, right at the beginning, as we were still kind of learning how to control the bikes. And in this photo, you guys can see on the left Jimmy McCullough, and on the right Brandon Seguin. These two guys were dedicating their time to help myself and another guy learn how to flat track. So they would be riding around with us, pointing at us, telling us to keep our elbows up or to move our body position, that sort of thing. So there were a lot of things to be mindful of, and I feel like for some reason I was so excited after watching the races for probably the month leading up to actually doing this school that I just really wanted to do a good job, and so I put a lot of effort into learning how to flat track, and I didn't even crash. I didn't have any close calls. It felt natural to be on the bikes, to be completely honest. And here is some footage from that day. Now, I wasn't going that fast, but fast forward to my first full season. Here I am, all decked out, ready to go with, of course, my 2004 Honda CRF 450R, which I actually purchased from Aaron Hesmer of Flat Track Canada. It was already set up, ready to go, and I wanted the easiest way to get into the sport, so he hooked me up there, so that was really awesome. And now, some of these photos are from the live event. You guys can see me there in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, obviously, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, I think, at the time, but I knew that I was really excited for it. It was something new. It was something that I'd wanted to do ever since I was, well, rather young. I wanted to get into racing. I was always into racing, and I could just never afford it. Also, didn't really have the time with all the other things that I was doing, and so this was part of my first full season. And of course, I had my ups and downs. Here I am just chilling out in the pits, sunglasses and my hat on, just kind of soaking it up and, enjoying the moment. Now, unfortunately, there were a few crashes that I had, and, I ruined quite a few jerseys. So it wasn't smooth sailing for the entire season, but at the end of the night, when you're taking all your gear off, I just wanted to hang my jersey all torn up. I felt a little embarrassed, I guess, but the bike was ultimately the one who suffered the most. In this particular example, I tore the rear fender almost completely off the bike, and so I had to replace that for the following, the weekend after, I believe. So whenever the next race was. So I got a new fender. So there's a lot of wrenching on the bike that happens as well. And so you just prepare for the next weekend of racing. And so, of course, there was also some really good nights of racing for me. This was the end of one night in particular where I happened to snag fifth place in Open Novice, and I actually got $20. Now, I didn't even know that I had gotten fifth. I didn't know that I earned money. I didn't know anything, but clearly this smile says it all. I was happy because I really haven't won a whole lot in my life in regards to cars or motorcycles. And so it felt really good to have that as an accomplishment, something under my belt. So as you can see, my elbow is completely up in these photos now. So I progressed really, really well as the season went on. And, there's some great photographers as well who get a lot of these action shots. So big shout out to them. And that is how I got into flat track racing.
Well, guys, what'd you think of my story of how I became a flat track racer? I know some people think it's a little crazy that I jumped right into racing about 2 or 3 months after I got my M2 and started riding on the street, but you know what? I am a little bit crazy. My uncle said I'm crazy. I didn't even start on a 250. I went straight for the big one. I went for a 450. I started racing. I went to the flat track school. It was amazing, and it still is. I'm actually racing right now. In this series. So the next few episodes, if not more, are going to be race day vlogs. So expect those in the up and coming episodes for Behind the Enthusiast and any other work that I'm going to be doing on my flat track bike as well. So if you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, leave any comments down below, and as usual, be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any future videos, especially this series, because I'm going to be doing flat track videos. I'm going to be doing stuff related to cars and also my street motorcycles, so lots of content is coming up and you don't want to miss out. So I will catch you guys in the next one.